Robinson plays the piano like a beast. You know, he just goes crazy on the piano. He takes frustration, you know, I mean, things that would frustrate a normal person. He's very calm about it, you know, but he has a quiet spirit about him until he gets on the piano. Then he transforms. He's like straight up classical. He loves, that's what he does. Me, how I am in real life is how I am on the piano. Passionate, kind of laid back, but still intense.
Nervous style, extremely powerful. He's, I think, the most complete musician I know around. I mean, not because he's my brother, but I really feel that way. It's funny because I can appreciate his style so much. Certain things I'll say, this should be soft, but he played them loud. Or something I think would be loud, he played them soft. And it makes sense when he does it. For me, I could not do it. I would have to say he's more naturally talented than I am. His hand, for example, is much bigger than mine. See, so some chords that he can play, I have to stretch. See, I wish my hand was that big.
The technical process is to break down the piece, period. If it's difficult, I will literally take it apart and break it down bar by bar, note by note. And that's how you solve any problem. You break it down into as many pieces, different pieces as possible. Next thing you know, it seems easy. It becomes easy.
I love to practice by myself in the dark. It sounds funny, but I concentrate that way. I have no distraction. I only see the piano keys, and especially when I have the part of the piece when it's already memorized, I don't need no light to look at the music, and I can work on it.
Could you play blindfolded?
I can play blindfolded to a certain extent, yes. As a matter of fact, you just gave me an idea. Next concert, I'm gonna perform blindfolded.
My brother and I, we practice separately all the time. Practice, if we have 2 piano songs, pieces, we practice everything separately and usually put it together the week of the concert.
Performing with my brother is probably the most secure performance I can give because he's such a great pianist. I feel like if I make a mistake, he's gonna cover it. My brother's the best. Performing with him, I feel like no mistake, nothing could go wrong.
He takes the pressure off me to have to perform an entire recital by myself, number one. Number two, I love that camaraderie that we have as brothers. Funny enough, my brother and I, we were always close as brothers, but when we began performing together, we got closer as men. we're very similar because you could see the love in what we do.
The only problem I have is to perform with other performers.
When we put the choir together, we're looking for a certain sound, a grand sound, which you normally wouldn't have with a lesser amount unless you had extremely, extremely gifted singers. And we knew that we wouldn't have that where all 100 people would be professionals. But if we gather them together, we have the very gifted and the not so gifted, but they do their best. You could attain the sound that we're looking for. Well, before somebody join our choir, they have to audition. They have to audition. So we don't need to fire anybody because if they don't pass an audition, they're not coming in.
Man, how many some enemies? How many some enemies?
Yeah, we have people who are angry with us right now because we didn't let them in.
I know people used to pass by me, give me a kiss and everything. That's
What happens when somebody's out of key after a show? What do you say to them?
I wouldn't wait till after a show. Whoever it is, my head just naturally turned to them. And they stopped singing right there.
Well, I'll tell you what experience. One time he was conducting a choir, a church choir, and somebody was messing up. Everybody in the public heard it. He's conducting, and he goes like that. It got it. People were like, did you see that? Did you see that?
That frightened the whole church.
And he didn't realize he did it until afterward. The whole church was frightened because they couldn't believe.
But they were focused after that. Yeah, the choir. I mean, I never.
Oh, they didn't mess up again.
No, they didn't. Yeah, I started conducting in college. I did not want to swing my hand in front of people and be like the average conductor who just wanted to conduct just to show. I believe there's a great art, and when I studied conducting with the class, I noticed, wow, this thing is really amazing. You can really lead people properly.
Playing the organ is something I do mostly for church. I wouldn't categorize myself as a concert organist. It's a lot different than playing the piano, because playing the piano, you're able to do a lot of runs. The organ, you have to play very smoothly, connect the notes more on the piano. And the piano, you have the pedal, which could do those things for you. Of course, playing the organ, what I find is that it gives you an advantage to play the piano, to play what we call legato in music, which is playing smoothly.
It feels great when they are following you. It feels great. You feel like you have control. It's almost like flying a kite.